We're training. We're live with some breaking news out of California. We have a school shooting at a Christian school in Oroville, California, or just outside of Oroville, California, in Butte County. This is going to be at the Feather River Adventist School. The news media has been picking it up for a little bit now, and I just want to go over it and talk about it from our perspective, from church security. There are some huge things that we need to talk about with this. We're going to talk about what happened, the incident that occurred, and then I'm going to roll into things that you can do to prevent this from happening at your church's school, what have you. We're going to look at aerial photos and we're going to break this down. Now, let's talk quickly about what occurred. Earlier today, a man started shooting at a school. In fact, let me pull up the school for you so you can take a look at the aerial shot at least and take a look at this. But here's the aerial of where it occurred. Two students were shot during this, and the suspect shot himself. We're going live on YouTube. If you head over to my Substack, when I get done with this, I'm going to post the link over on my Substack, and I'm going to put a picture of the suspect over there. I can't show it on YouTube, but you'll see much more stuff over there at christianwarriortraining.com. I always put more info over there. So look, these two students were shot. One was airlifted. One was transported by ground ambulance. Butte County Sheriff's Office is investigating. I've been past this before. This is Highway 70 right here. Of course, the school is off to the right. There were only 30 students at this school. It, again, is called Feather River Adventist School. Again, only 30 students, but two students were shot. So I would pass this frequently when I lived in California. I would hunt and fish in Butte County. And then I decided to move back to the United States, and I haven't been back there since, but I've been by this school multiple times. Butte County SO, I have trained a lot of deputies from that agency. It's a great agency with great people. For those of you that are watching from Butte County SO, thank you for your hard work. I know this is a tough day for you. This follows, and we're going to break down this school, and I'm going to talk about some security concerns I have at this school that I can guarantee is going to be at a lot of your schools too. And we're going to talk about what you can do about that. But this follows the incident yesterday that I put up on YouTube. And I actually went in depth over at my Substack at christianwarriortraining.com. I put much more information over there. Look, so yesterday we had the bomb incident where a man was stopped with some rifles, a pistol, and some bombs. And he was stopped by the police, and he admitted that he is planning to attack a nearby church. That was in White Settlement, Texas, yesterday. You can see more here on the YouTube channel, but I really suggest you go over to christianwarriortraining.com and watch the video over there. There's more information there due to YouTube censorship. And don't forget, of course, you see on the ticker below, we're still at severe risk of attack. And I mean, look at what's happened in just the last couple of months. We've had ISIS has called for their followers to attack churches. Now, most of those are just people with mental illness or demon possessed that have decided that they are going to listen to that call and use that as an excuse to harm people. We've seen an attack at a church in Houston. We have seen the kid in Idaho, my home state, where he was going to attack churches on a Sunday, and the FBI stopped him on a Saturday. Of course, we had an incident where a guy was affiliated with ISIS from Afghanistan that was going to attack synagogues in New York City on October 7th, and he was thankfully stopped by authorities. We've had many more incidents just like that. We've had many that haven't been reported by federal authorities, even though we know that they have happened. I don't know why that is. I'm hoping with the change in administration, there might be some more forthrightness with our brothers in the federal agencies. They have not been forthcoming about the stuff that's been happening. And then we, of course, had yesterday the bomb threat, or not bomb threat, but the guy with the bombs that was going to attack a church in Texas. And then, of course, today at Feather River Adventist School. Now, before we start diving into this particular school and look at some of the things that I've noticed about this school that I want you to look at your school and start thinking about, I think it's very important to pray for the children that specifically the two children were shot and their families, and pray for their quick recovery. The Lord is the great healer, and we should pray that He heals those children quickly, uh, either through the doctors or through the Lord Himself. Um, I want to break down real quick. Let's look at this school. I want to look at it a little bit closer. This is from the road, from Highway 70. When you look at that, I see this often. Let me see if I can hone. Ah, man, I can't do it. I was trying to hone in on it. Oh, there we go. So when you look at that playground is wide open, and I see this in a lot of schools. In fact, there's a Christian school just down the street from my house, and I pass by it every day, and it's on a highway much like this. And I see the kids playing on the playground all the time, wide open for everybody for view. People, those days are done. That should be a sound wall that is cinder block, or there should be some kind of barrier where you can't see the children. I mean, at this point, even like a wood fence where you can't, because out of sight, out of mind would be better than nothing. But a chain link fence that, my broken old body can even get over. And you don't have to get over the fence. You can just lay fire from within a vehicle and shoot those children. I see this in a lot of schools. I passed another school here in Idaho that is a newly built Christian school. And I was like, hey, look, a new Christian school. That's wonderful. We need more of those. And as we were passing by it, I told my wife, I go, look, man, that playground is wide open. They've got to secure the children. It's very unfortunate. So what I want you to do is to go back, and I want you to look at your Christian schools, and I want you to do what's called red teaming. And red teaming means you're going to attack your church. So if this church asked me to come do an assessment of their security at their church, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start pulling up aerials and do what I just did with you, and start thinking, I'm a bad man and I'm going to attack this school or this church. How am I going to do it? I can tell you right now, I do it from a car right here. And I don't think that's what happened, because the body of the gunman was found right around here, looking at photos. And again, I'll post that up over on Substack, ChristianWarriorTraining.com. The link is down below. I'll post that stuff up there. But I think you need to go back and red team your church and think how you're going to do it. I can tell you right now, my church, I will sit there if I'm sitting there in the lobby, and I will have attacked my church about 10 times by the end of service, on all the different ways I might do it. And I suggest you all start doing the same thing. Remember, self-defense is not a sin. It is okay to protect your people. Go back to Nehemiah. When they were building the walls around Jerusalem, they posted guards. This is a normal thing. It is not abnormal. I don't know where this, pacifism came from, where we can be victims. I mean, I kind of get where they're saying. I don't understand, but I get it, I guess. I do have a article coming out soon about why self-defense is not a sin, and I'll break it down, at least on my viewpoint. I explore both sides and let you make a decision. But I think in order to honor the people that have, that were shot today, I think we owe it to them to look at our schools and what we can do to protect our children a little bit better. So again, for those people that are just joining us, we have 2 students that were shot at Feather River Adventist School in Butte County, California. That's in Northern California, like far Northern California. I think it's above Sacramento there. The suspect has unalived himself, and Butte County Sheriff's Office is investigating. It is a very competent sheriff's office with good people. I have trained them, so they're good to go. There were 30 students at this school. They were reunited with their parents. It is unknown the condition of the 2 children. I wish I knew, but I don't. I did not want to reach out to my friends at Butte County SO to ask them, because I know that they're very busy right now. And again, this follows the bomb incident yesterday that I reported on, which many people from Texas, from that area, from White Settlement, Texas area, many of you reached out to me and told me you had never even heard about it. And it was a man that was stopped in a van with rifles, a pistol, ammo, and bombs, with a plan to attack a nearby church. And nobody knew about this in the Texas area. And why local law enforcement did not announce that far and wide to all the churches, I have no idea. But I want you to remember that we're still at severe risk of attack. We're at red. It is our highest level of threat of attack. We're here until at least January 21st. And as you can see, things have been happening. And I've had people ask me, like, hey, can you take us off severe? No, things are happening. And we told you that during this time period, things were going to happen. And they are. Now, look, the chances of something happening at your church or your school are very slim, but it's not zero. And if it's not zero, then you should prepare, right? Preparing means having a safety team, preferably armed, but if they can't, I get it. And we'll put out more training for unarmed teams, and preparing and getting ready in case something does happen and practicing those lockdown procedures. I mean, look at this school. How would you lock this school down? It's wide open on a highway. I mean, come on. All right. That's all I've got for now. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. I go back and read the comments. I love hearing what you have to say. Do me a favor when you leave here. Pray for these children, not just the children that were shot, but their families, their friends, and all the other children. There's 28 other children at that school that were unharmed that are going to carry some stuff with them for the rest of their lives. Pray for them. Pray for healing of those children. And I want you to pray for the safety of all of our churches. And then I want you to remember